Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to be talking about how I got to travel across Western Canada for free. Not only just for free, but I got paid for it. All started out with me responding to a job posting on Facebook. The company was looking for an education ambassador. It just said educating high school students across Western Canada. So in order to apply to the job, I had to include 2 photos, my resume, and a short paragraph just discussing why I should be chosen for the position. So whatever, I went ahead, I did that, sent it off, and within a couple days, I got an email back saying that they would like to request a phone interview with me. I had the phone interview, it went great, and I got pushed forward to the second stage, which was a Skype interview. And at that point, that's when I found out that it was actually a cannabis awareness tour, so educating high school students about the effects that smoking weed before age 25 has on your brain. After that Skype interview, I got a tentative offer. So in order to really get a job offer, I had to pass a criminal background check and hand in a driver's abstract just to show that I am fully licensed, as well as I don't have, tickets. I went with the flow, not knowing what to expect, but also not expecting much. Anyways, it was like a Thursday evening. I got the job offer and a contract. I went through it. I saw that I was literally getting full accommodations paid for, which is either an Airbnb or a hotel in pretty much every major city across Western Canada. And then I was going to be driving a company vehicle, which of course explains why they wanted my driver's abstract. I signed that contract so quick, you have no idea. And within 3 hours, I got a flight confirmation for Monday morning. Keep in mind, this is Thursday night. Honestly, I'm a free spirit. I believe in just kind of going with the flow, following your heart. The tour was going to start off in Vancouver, British Columbia, which is where I coincidentally live now. I packed up my stuff and I went to the airport on a Monday. That's where I met my coworkers. These are the people I was going to be spending the next 4 months living with. I met them at the airport. Are you taking this in? Most of the girls are from Toronto. I'm from Hamilton. One girl was from Winnipeg. And then we had some guys that were from Toronto as well, and a guy from Calgary. Anyways, so it was just dope. We all met up at the Airbnb in Vancouver, and then we were coordinating with the marketing company that hired us regarding training and what our tour schedule was going to look like. We met them pretty much the very next day, signed some more paperwork, went through a pretty extensive training, and then within a week, we were driving in a company vehicle and a truck with some supplies on our way out of Vancouver over to the next province. So we drove 6 hours from Vancouver, BC to Blue River, BC. Now we're starting another 6 hours to Edmonton, and this is the view. what we would do is go to the high schools every day of the week. We'd set up, the classrooms would come down one by one in half-an-hour segments. We would educate them about cannabis through music, technology, and physical activity as well. I won't get into it too much because that's not really what this video is about. During our 3 weeks in Edmonton, we got to explore like the West Edmonton Mall.
Roller coaster, and there's an ice rink in this mall. What?
Which once was the largest mall in the world, but now it's just the largest mall in Canada, and it might be like the second largest mall in North America. Not too sure. Y'all gonna have to check those facts for me and comment down below, let me know. Anyways, after 3 weeks in Edmonton, we hit the road for a 6.5-hour drive to Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. We stayed there for 5 days. I think we worked for about 3 days, and the rest was just kind of, once again, exploring the city. Mind you, this is like literally November 1st, and it's covered in snow. It was like almost like a culture shock. I feel like I missed out on a little bit of the trip because of how cold it was. I stayed inside half the times. I was just exploring a hotel, going to the gym, relaxing in the pool, jacuzzi every night, which was still a bonus for me because I was literally still getting paid to do all of that. From Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, we drove into Winnipeg, Manitoba, which I believe was about a 7-hour drive from there. Let me tell you, it's just a straight drive, straight road across the Trans-Canada Highway of just nothing. It's approximately 2 weeks in Winnipeg.
We got super lucky with 4 days off work, so of course we decided to check out the Nordique Spa. I spent a lot of time just walking around and enjoying being away from home, and then my girlfriend Petra took me to the Forks Market.
So from Winnipeg, we went back towards Saskatchewan, but this time to capital city, Regina. Literally just like lowlands for miles. I'm pretty sure the hotel we stayed in was the tallest building. There was a casino, that was cool. I found a street with the name Hamilton, and I was like, hey, my city. My city. Oh, the next morning we woke up, hit the road, 7 hours to Calgary, Alberta. But I'm also a Calgary Stampeders fan. If y'all watch the CFL, comment down below, let me know who your favorite team is.
While in Calgary, I actually got to watch a game at the McMahon Stadium. I think that's how you say it.
This game that I went to qualified them to move on to the Grey Cup. Next stop from Calgary was to Yellowknife, Northwest Territories, where, I know, trust me. For those of you who do not know where the Northwest Territories are, it is right smack in the middle of Nunavut and Yukon next to Alaska, which is pretty much just as northern North America you can get.
It's like 4 p.m. and the sun is already set. Also, the sun didn't rise until like 11 a.m. So they got like legit 5 hours of sunshine.
I think the population is about 20,000 people. Like, it's a small community, but mighty. Not to be underestimated by any means necessary. After Northwest Territories, it was time to go back to Calgary, which I believe was like the closest and cheapest airport to get to. Luckily for me, we had like a week off. Let me tell you what week that was. Grey Cup week. Oh, it was in Edmonton, Alberta this year. So I bought my ticket literally the night we got back from Yellowknife. I hit the road by myself, left my coworkers to do their thing, but whatever. I got to go to the Grey Cup. which was amazing. Me and my best friend, who lives in Edmonton and came for the festivities with me, went ziplining,
and then got into pretty much every single fan party possible. It was crazy. And then of course, I got to witness history. The Calgary Stampeders finally winning the Grey Cup after watching them lose to the Toronto Argonauts the previous year in Ottawa. I am so looking forward to the Grey Cup 2019. Of course, the Stampeders will be hosting that. Go Stamps, go!
After like 3 days of binge partying, I got back on the bus to Calgary, Alberta to meet the rest of my team. And then we started our drive back towards British Columbia, where we made a few stops along the way. We got to stop off in Banff as well as Lake Louise, which was super cool because on our way through in the fall, the water was like this teal turquoise color. And now this is like December, so everything's frozen, covered with snow. So it was really cool to see it from a different season. Now for the next few weeks, we made a couple stops at different schools through Penticton, BC, Kamloops, BC, and Kelowna. All these cities were just like really small, like towns
with just beautiful scenery.
The smallest city we stopped in was Blue River, BC, which population was like 200. Something kind of eerie about a town that small. I'm glad we only stayed one night. Now we were approaching like mid-December. The tour was coming to an end, and it was time to make our way back to Vancouver City, which is where we initially landed into. Once we got into Vancouver, we literally had one day to finish off some paperwork, return any equipment, return the car rental, and by the next morning, we're on a plane straight back to Toronto, and that's where the story ended. The job had a great purpose. I had a learning experience. I am so ready to do it all over again. Don't forget to check me out on Instagram. I'll be traveling through British Columbia and Alberta within the next 6 months, and I'm really looking forward to sharing my experience with you. I'm Audaciously D, and I can only be me.